So I know many of you have been in this kind of situation where you use supplements, right? But then you might go on vacation, you might travel, and there's some airport security involved, right? So you have these supplements, but the problem with airlines and airports and airplanes, there's a limited usage when it comes to weight and suitcases and all this. You're probably wondering if you can take these supplements in Ziploc bags without their original containers, because hey, we've all heard that story where someone tries to smuggle something that's not allowed legally. So can you travel with supplements, and if so, how can you travel with them while reducing weight and space that's taken up by these giant containers? Because supplements nowadays can come in these various containers, and you're probably wondering if you can travel without the official bottle of the supplement. There is a way, and you can travel. I've traveled all over the world, from Canada to Europe to Middle East and back, and even Asia. I've never been questioned in terms of my supplements, and I've never really carried the original bottles. But I'm gonna share in this video how you can travel with supplements without the original bottles, and while doing so without causing any issues with airport security. So let's get into this video and I'll show you how to do that without any issues. Okay, so how do I pack my supplements? Well, I actually keep it simple. I take my supplements out of their original containers and I transfer them into Ziploc bags. It's more compact, lightweight, and it saves a ton of space and weight. So here's my method. I label each bag with the name of the supplement that it is. So for example, if it's bulk by Transparent Labs, I'll put that on a Ziploc bag, or if it's just plain old creatine, creatine it is. And then everything is just easy to identify from there. Powders go in separate bags and pills. Of course, you don't want to mix them both, and it's better organized that way. Most of it goes into my checked luggage, but I do keep a small amount in my carry-on for emergencies, like if my luggage gets delayed or I just need a quick energy boost at the airport. And we all know how delays can happen with any airline, so you never know what happens. So why not use original containers? Well, original containers take up way too much space. When you're trying to pack light or fit everything into a single suitcase, Ziploc bags are a lifesaver. Ziploc bags are a lifesaver. Plus, they reduce the weight of your luggage, a huge bonus if you're flying internationally. Weight is quite expensive. Weight comes at a premium price. Now, how's my airport security experience like? Now, I know what you're thinking. Won't airport security flag powders and pills in Ziploc bags, and especially when they're not in their original containers? Well, honestly, in all my years of traveling, I've never had a single issue. I've flown from Canada, through Malaysia, Vietnam, Jordan, Turkey, Europe, and many more with powders in my suitcase. And security hasn't even batted an eye. The only time I was questioned was when I was flying out of Jordan in the Middle East, where they swapped the surface of one of the bottles I had, which was a sealed supplement, by the way, and it took 1 second. I was cleared immediately. In most cases, security don't even check the bags. Proper labeling and organized packing make all the difference. But honestly, I've never had issues, even if they never even noticed I had Ziploc bags of powders and pills. Now, let's address some common questions people have when traveling with supplements. What if airport security stops me? In my experience, airport security is more focused on finding illegal drugs, not supplements. If they stop you, just explain confidently that these are workout or dietary supplements. Clear labels, like the names of supplements, will help a lot, because then you can show them the labels online if they insist on that. But I've never had that happen to me. That's a very, very odd thing if that ever happens to you. Can I bring banned supplements to other countries? Generally, supplements for personal use are allowed, even if certain ingredients are banned for sale or human consumption in that country. That said, it's always a good idea to double check for the rules in that country that you're visiting. How much powder can I bring in my carry-on? Most airports allow up to 12 ounces or around 350 grams of powder in your carry-on without extra screening. If you're carrying more, it's safer to pack it in your checked luggage. But in my experience, there's not much. But in my experience, but in my experience, they're mostly looking for liquids, and banned objects. What if I don't want to remove powders from their original containers? You can bring the original containers if you have space. However, Ziploc bags will save you a ton of space and weight, which is important for international travel. You'll save on weight and you'll be able to carry more stuff. So traveling with supplements doesn't have to be complicated, whether it's powders in Ziploc bags or pills in organizers. Keeping everything labeled and organized goes a long way. And remember, airport security is usually focused on drugs, not your creatine or pre-workout, not even your crack pre-workout. So if you've ever traveled with supplements, let me know your experience in the comments, or if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, you can like, subscribe, and share for more videos like this.